Hi, crafty friends. Melissa Miner here. Thanks so much for joining me on YouTube. Today I'm creating a layout for the Bramble Fox design team, and I'm using this gorgeous new perspective title piece, Sandy Toes. Now in front of me, I've got some hip kit items. Here's the photo I want to document, and it's of my brother and his wife, and then my daughter Tatum. I'll tell you more about the photo in a moment. And then I wish I wouldn't have torn this paper, but I already had a scrap of this. I loved the sand at the bottom and like how it had water. And I was thinking about just putting it on white, but since I don't have a full 12 by 12, I thought I would use this paper, and it has like little fish on it. So I thought that'd be cute. I am using a collection from the Hip Kit Club, and I don't write down what month or year, so I can't tell you how old this is, but I thought it was super cute. I like their kits because you get so many embellishments, and I find they work great with my Bramble Fox items. So I just went ahead and glued these together. I'm struggling to get it straight, so you're going to see me struggle a bit to get this on here, but I will eventually get it, and then we'll move on with building the layout. So my photo that I'm documenting today is my daughter Tatum, and she used her own money to buy a plane ticket to go visit Uncle Kyle and Aunt Krupa. She wanted to go see them and go to the beach, and so that's what they did. And it was a week before prom, and I think she had, some plans to get a tan before she went to prom. So I don't know. So this crazy thing that I have at the top of my screen, it's like a bendy ruler, and it makes it so that you can make like a jumbled up line. I've never seen anything like this before. I watched a video with Allison Davis one time, and she used it, and it blew me away. And so I was like, yep, got to get that. But it's been in my drawer for maybe a year. And so I'm finally deciding to pull it out. And I used it to make a pencil line. And what I want to do is create a banner. And so I've already taken the time to cut some different pattern papers into banners off camera. These were different papers in that kit. And then I went ahead and distressed all the edges of my pattern papers. And so I'm just going to kind of put them along that wavy line that I drew. Now, why did I draw the wavy line? That's because I wanted a place to put all of these, and I actually glued some of these banners down off camera, but I want to do some stitching. So since I covered up my pencil line with all my banners, I'm bringing my wavy ruler thing back out, and I'm going to make another pencil line here, so that way I can make the little holes so that I can do some hand stitching. I have to admit that hand stitching is not my favorite. I don't want to say I'm a lazy crafter, but maybe I am, because I'd rather take it over to my sewing machine and do that, but I'm not great at it. But I love the way that it looks when you do take the time to do the hand stitching. So I'm taking my paper piercing tool and just making holes all across that pencil line. And then I will find some embroidery floss, and I use all 6 strands, and I will go ahead and just do a simple back stitch across here. And so I'm going to start that, and wouldn't you know, because I'm filming, it gets all bunched up and knotted. So I will have to pause the camera to fix it. And wouldn't you know, as soon as I turn the camera off, everything's fine. But I turn the camera back on, and then it knots up again. So I better just keep the camera off when I'm doing the stitching. See, here's a knot. I had to end up cutting it, starting over. It was a mess. I think I have my string too long. So here I am, I'm stitching along. Everything's going fine now. I do have kind of a little bubble on the back of thread, but I'm just showing you here, it's not that difficult or time consuming once it's not knotting. So here's the back of mine, hot mess. I like to take some just Scotch tape and just tape the back. So there we go, we have that, and I love the like loopiness of it. And so now I want to add my photo up here, and I love the way this looks already. I think I want to add some foam tape to the top of my photo. I don't know if I'm going to need foam all the way down, but I at least want to put foam across the top so that way it pops up and it looks like it's kind of hanging from this banner. So I'm going to go ahead and pull that release paper off, and we'll get that on here. And now I want to pull out some embellishments. I was thinking about adding a couple more of these banners that I cut. I think I put them on and then I might take them off because I have a whole stack and sort tray here of embellishments, and I think I want to hang those from this banner instead. So here is a little palm leaf I found, and I know I want my Sandy Toes title. So this is new in the Bramble Fox shop. It's available on the website. Now, did you know if you're a Kit subscriber, you can add additional things to ship with your Fox box? So that's always a perk of being a member. So when you find things that you want, you can add to cart and then have them shipped directly with your Fox box. This Sandy Toes is just perfect for the photo. There I found some little shorts I want to add, and I've got 2 pair of the shorts. I love the bright, fun color that adding these embellishments are going to add. And the Sandy Toes is a perfect color. So sometimes you know how you get a perspective and it might not be like the color to match your paper. The Sandy Toes is sand color, so it's going to match every sand layout that you have. So I love that about the color of this title. Okay, I'm going to add just a few more embellishments up here along my stitching line. So I've got like this little leaf, and I've got my flip-flops or sandals up here. And I'm trying to add lots of different color. I've got some sunglasses, so we'll add those. I did have to trim some of my foam tape for that leaf, so I just used the other little piece of that on the sunglasses. And I think I want to add this beach ball. I mean, how cute is that? Yes, I love that. And then, let's see. So I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit of foam tape to the beach ball. And I'm just looking through here. I was trying to make this camera work, but it just looks kind of out of place. So we'll go back to just like the beachy icons. Love that. Super cute. And now I need to decide where I want the title. I put it over there on the left, but I do end up moving it. So here's where I decide that I want something above my photo. I love that sun with the little cloud, and I think that's perfect to add up there. I am going to add a little bit of foam tape, and I'm going to leave a little bit of room because my picture's already up on foam. So I'm going to overlap it, and so that way it'll be all one level. So we'll get this up here. So let me take just a moment. There we go. And doesn't that look cute? Super cute. Okay, let's see. I did decide to add another little piece of foam underneath my photo just to reinforce it a little bit. And then I'm going to add a little bit of adhesive to the back of this cloud so that'll stick down nicely. And then I'm trying to decide where to put my title, and I do think I want it kind of offset over here to the right, and then I'm going to leave some room for my journaling. I like to do strip journaling, so I will go ahead and do my strip journaling off camera, and in fact, you'll see it in the screenshots, the photos at the end of the video. So I like to use Nuvo Deluxe glue when I'm adding my title pieces down. I find that it has a good strong hold, and it also dries clear. And then from the little crabs and little bucket and with the little shovels, I decided to add the little crabby. Oh my gosh, it's so cute. It makes me smile. And it matches that paper just perfect. So I thought it was too cute. I had to add it. I didn't think I needed the bucket, but I loved the little crabs. So I'm just going to add one of those down here. And that's available on the Bramble Fox website. Okay, so I also added a little sticker here. And then I added, yeah, to the bottom of the photo. And then here I'm just going to go in and kind of fix things a little bit. I'm going to add a little bit of liquid glue here and there to that pattern paper because I only used a tape runner before. So I just want everything to stay down. And then that's really going to wrap up today's layout. I am going to add a few gems. I think I do that off camera, but I will show you that here in just a moment. So if you've enjoyed this video, I invite you to hit that thumbs up button. If you're new, I hope you'll subscribe and come back. And if you don't already follow me on Facebook and on Instagram at Cards by Melissa Miner, I would love for you to follow me on those platforms as well. If you have any questions, drop them below and I will get back with you. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video. Bye!